And now it's time for employer tips. And the tip of the day for this episode is?
Listen. Listen to your customers, listen to your staff, your employees, your vendors. They're going to identify opportunities for you to innovate, become more profitable.
So it's about really listening. We're talking here active listening.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you don't want to just put the words out there and hope somebody's understanding what you're saying. You want to actually be listening to what people are trying to tell you and responding accordingly.
So one shouldn't just nod like this and be pretending then. Is that what we're saying here?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's really good advice, Lisa. Thank you.
No problem.
People need to be open and honest with each other. And that is why we need to care about what people say and also listen to what they are saying. It is so important to understand where people are coming from and what they are looking for in a job.
And now it's time for the last word.
How honest do employment counselors have to be when preparing clients to be job ready? Very honest.
But Lisa, only to a point.
No, I think that, within the parameters of the job search, obviously, we want to be as honest and direct as we can.
But Lisa, searching for a job is extremely stressful.
Yes.
There's success doesn't happen right away. There's many interviews that someone has to go through. So providing criticism to that individual, doesn't that increase their stress level?
Well, I always like to start out first by laying out what a typical job search would look like. So how long is it going to take? Typically, how many jobs are you going to interview for? I think when people are better prepared to understand it's a process and that there are goals and milestones we can hit along the way, they're in a much better frame of mind to understand that this isn't going to be immediate.
Okay, so I'm going to pretend I'm the client, and you're telling me when I come into your office that this is a long journey that I'm going to go on. I need a job now.
Right.
You're discouraging me.
No, I think I'm being honest so we can be prepared and create a plan on how to move forward. Part of that plan then is going to be providing honest feedback on things that might be potential barriers to you as the job seeker.
But won't that make me uncomfortable?
It might, so we've typically have to deal with some tough topics. It might be that you're showing up to interviews with inappropriate clothing, or that you're showing up late to an interview. It might be that you have body odor, or it might even be things like how to prepare better examples for our interview questions.
But the examples you just given, the relationship between a counselor and the job seeker is extremely important.
Yes.
So some of those examples, I said it earlier, would make me, if I was the client, extremely uncomfortable. And I think it would detract from our relationship because we need to have a good relationship. I need to trust you because my career future is in your hands.
Well, it's in your hands, actually, with my help. And I think that's an important thing. Again,
What do you mean? You mean you're not supposed to fix me?
No,
as the job seeker?
No, of course not. I'm going to help you, guide you, provide you with my advice and counsel. But your job search is ultimately your own. And we have to tackle some of the things that may be getting in the way.
So what you're saying is being honest, being direct, offering constructive criticism helps me as the job seeker, if I was that client, it helps me succeed.
Yeah, absolutely. And it is important to establish trust. So that's that whole piece about radical candor and using empathy and, showing that you care. But when we aren't honest with somebody, in Kim Scott's book, it's called Ruinous Empathy, we actually deprive them of the opportunity to improve. So think about if you're somebody who's consistently shown up late for an interview and you don't understand that that's why you're not getting the job. You want to be able to address that. You want to be able to fix that so that you can then go on and get the job. I think it actually builds a trusting relationship. Again, always showing that you care, but to have that direct, honest, and sometimes difficult conversation.
So the half-truths really don't help in building trust.
No, they don't.
They really don't help in building that relationship.
No, we have to use, again, that radical candor. Honesty, showing that we care and that we're building this for the benefit, sharing it for the benefit of the client.
What you're saying is starting to make some sense.
It should.
Well, that certainly makes sense. I can't argue with that. And that's the last word. Honesty isn't always easy. In fact, it can be quite hard. But truth does help build character. Give it a try. It really works.
I'd like to thank our guest, Kim Scott.
And I'd like to thank the Government of Ontario for their generous support in making this program possible.
And we thank everybody who's tuned in today. A reminder, follow us on social media. You can use the handle @HireAbilityNow on Twitter and Facebook. You can look for us on LinkedIn under Discoverability Network. We have our own YouTube channel, Discoverability Network. And of course, look for our honest conversations on Eventbrite.
Thank you, Lisa, and thank you for joining us.